Welcome to the Devin Martin YouTube channel. This is episode 1 of the Devin After Dark podcast. I'm super excited. I have a special guest coming through. It's Torrey J. We're going to talk about his business and everything in between. Audio for the podcast will be available on my website at devinafterdarkpodcast.com. You can listen to it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and everywhere that you can hear your podcast at. Check it out. Make sure you subscribe, follow, share it to a friend. I hope you enjoy this. So we're here. This is Devin After Dark. It's episode 22. This is the first episode of the YouTube series. I got my boy Torrey J with me. We go way back, so we got a lot to talk about. He has started his own company, Forever Humble, Forever Wealthy. You see the gear. He's rocking it. We got the gear behind us. We're going to get this shit started. I want to talk about the origin of everything. Just basically talk about mindset, hustle, everything in between. So I hope you guys enjoy this. And we're ready to go. So, this is bet. So what you been on, man?
Man, I ain't been on nothing, but I've been on everything at the same time, you know what I'm saying? Doing a lot, trying to compartmentalize everything. You know how it go.
Absolutely.
Everybody be busy, but I feel like I've been busy a lot. They say it's 24 hours in a day, man. I feel like I need 30.
You need more, bro.
I need 30.
We need more time, man.
I already know. Look how much time passed since we been kicked it, bro. Shit, I ain't seen you since school. I hollered at Khalil, man. You know, life about networking. So I feel like I know a lot of people. I was doing a lot of other things, so I had to make everything I was doing incorporate with each other. I hit up Khalil like, hey man, you know somebody got a podcast? So he was the first name, only name he said. I was stunned when he said you though. I'm like, what? Like I was like, all right. And then we make it so crazy. I talk about like it ain't enough hours in a day. I'm at my real job, networking and shit for my business. Like I'm thinking about like 5 different things at one time. Like I get sidetracked easily because I'm always thinking about different stuff. So
always.
But when I couldn't wait till later. I'm like, man, I think I hit you up early as hell. You ain't answer. I'm like, I know he busy. But when you hit me right back, I'm like, shit. All right, let's see what it is. And then I was like, man, check this out for me. And I ain't even give you no details. Like, hey, just check this out. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what you think. And right after that, it was magic in the making.
It was ready to go. Shout out my boy Khalil for getting us back in touch. Man, shit, Torrey, we go way back, bro. Like I remember being in middle school at Wyandotte and shit, like saying what's up to you at the lockers and stuff, and just kicking it and stuff, and like throughout high school and everything, and just hitting you up. Parties and stuff.
On some funny shit, I just found my Wyandotte yearbook like 2 days ago from 7th to 8th grade when only 8th grade was color.
And the 6th and 7th grade was in the gray.
Yeah, just found that like 2 days ago.
I still got that up in storage, but man, shout out Khalil for getting us back together, networking and everything. And I was like, at that moment when you hit me up, I was at work, right? And I was trying to sell a membership at the time. Like I was actually doing a tour, and I hit my phone because I didn't have your number saved at the time, and I was like, who's calling me? Yeah. I thought it was one of those like
I already know how it goes. But
then once you text me, I'm so happy you texted me because I was like, all right, shit, it's Torrey. I was like, all right, I gotta respond. I gotta hit him back as soon as possible. So hour goes by, I hit him up. I'm like, yo, what's good, man? Yeah. He told me what was good. He's like, I just started this company, like let's get it, man. And I was down as soon as I saw that. I was like, man, shit, we're about to get this shit popping. Like I want to get this going as much as possible. So like, bro, what really started you with wanting to start the company? Like, what inspired you to want to create something like this? Because I love the vision. Like when you send me the website and everything, the drop is coming on the 20th, February 20th.
Check in.
So.
Check drop them emails right now, subscribe, you know what I'm saying? That's the only way you get them promo codes.
Yes, sir. I'm going to drop the website in the description below. So you guys check that out on the 20th for the drop. Some great stuff for people of our generation in the 90s and everything. So I encourage you guys to check that out. But when I saw that, I was like, yo, this is perfect. Like, like this vision right here, this is what we got to do. So what really started that? Like, what made you want to do something like this?
I'll say I didn't. I ain't have I never had a thought like this is what I was gonna do, or like this is what I was gonna be doing. I always knew I was gonna be doing something though. So you know what I'm saying? Like always. I used to tell people all the time, I was always like a realist. That's the best way to put it. I never had unrealistic expectations, but at the same time, I knew what I wanted for myself, and that wasn't realistic to a lot of people. So
that's a true genius right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you're a realist and you want to push the envelope forward, being yourself authentically and knowing that people aren't really like responding to that, that's how you really trendset some stuff, you know.
Yeah. So. When I started doing so I had another business. Well, it's crazy because I had businesses before I knew I had businesses. Like I didn't think about it in the sense that like, oh, I'm running a business. It was just something that I was doing on my everyday grind that was teaching me things that when I did have a business in a professional sense, I already had these ethics built in me. Like I knew what to do. I knew how to do it. So like once I started applying myself in this fashion, it was easy. But it was still, the only hard thing is persistence, like keeping at it, keeping your energy up. But the reception that I get from people off what I'm doing, that's what make me want to do it. That's what led me to get into it. Cause I never did it to start a clothing line or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to promote my other business, Jetpack Express, medicated goods delivery service. You know, live in Michigan, medicated goods it's legal here. You know, so I made sure I went and got my certifications, and I had put a lot of legwork into that before it was legal. So I felt like once it became legal, that was just a no-brainer. I already had my network skills strong. I knew people from 7th grade. I got the same phone numbers that I had since 7th grade. You know what I'm saying? So like people really know me. So that was just easy. Like I tried to stop. I tried to shift businesses a couple times. That business was just always profitable for me, and that's what I was always in it for. Like whatever is profitable, I'm doing it. So it was that with that business, and then I was still working and doing a lot of other things, but I felt like the energy that business itself was putting off wasn't good for like my overall success. Like I might have been making a couple bucks, but I was sacrificing a lot for not a lot.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
At the end of the day, you wanted to do what you wanted to do.
Yeah, you always want to aspire to do more type of thing. Like, it was cool, but it wasn't like broad enough. It wasn't as big enough. So I felt like I started making clothes though to promote that. And the reception I got off the community was amazing. Like, I fuck with everybody. Like, I fuck with y'all. Like, y'all the reason I do everything. Even with my other business, like, I aim to please. Like, I'm a giver, you know what I'm saying? I almost give things away just because I want people to walk away with a smile on their face. Like, they feeling like they won. Like, I want you to win. I naturally want everybody to win. So if you shopping with me, they don't change, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want you to win. Like, I want you to feel like you stole something from me type of thing. Like, shit, we both won. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm a strong believer in you don't have to lose for me to win and vice versa. So, once I start seeing the reception from everybody off just the Jetpack Express clothes, t-shirts and stuff, like, I was like, dang, I always think bigger, but I'm like, man, if I could do this, I'm like, they might like this or they might like that. So, I think that right after that Jetpack Express medicated goods delivery service merchandise, I just started thinking clothing line, and instead of just merchandise for a weed delivery service, I started thinking big. I started thinking I got a cousin that live in St. Louis. You know what I'm saying? He about to be 17. He tapped in a whole different. Like I'm 26. I consider myself as like old, but I'm still young. But like he in a different wave. Like he got a whole. We used to say swag, they say drip. You feel me? Like, drip, you know what I'm saying?
It's a different gap.
It's a whole different, but and he fucking with my stuff. And I got 90s babies gear. Like, this nigga wasn't even born in the 90s.
Yeah.
And my auntie, I got an auntie, she about to be 50. She like, man, she live in Arizona. She like, man, send me some of that 90s baby shit, because I'm going to wear it. She like, you know, like, I'm going to wear it and people going to ask me about it. I'm going to put you on. Like, she don't even care that she wasn't involved in the 90s, but it's just like she fucking with the movement. So I feel like once I seen people fucking with my movement, it didn't matter what I was doing. I was like, all right, cool. I can do other things, and it had the same success as Jetpack Express delivery service. I was like, man, and this could be even bigger because I can do more with it. You know what I'm saying? I can go hand out my cards everywhere. You know what I'm saying? I ain't necessarily about to go hand out a card for this delivering marijuana everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or Jetpack Express is not really one of them things that anybody will feel comfortable with wearing everywhere. Like if you about to go to your job, you know what I'm saying? Your employer might look at you a certain kind of way. So then I start, like I said, I was always thinking bigger. I want to appease everybody. I don't just want to appease a pothead. I'm a pothead, so I don't look at them in no negative fashion. You know what I'm saying? But in the same sense, I want to like appease a 40-year-old working guy. I want to appease the
blue collars.
You know what I'm saying?
Everybody.
Students, I want to touch everybody.
The creators, everybody. So like, that's what I like about doing a brand new company and just coming with the mindset of wanting to give to everybody,
to the people,
and just creating like a winning culture to inspire other people to start winning for themselves. And it's not as you're winning, they're losing. It's winning and winning, and you're inspiring people to do the same. And that's why I knew that this was a no-brainer when we started getting together, because that's what I want to do with this podcast. Is I want to inspire people to do what they want to do. I want to see everybody win off of what I'm talking about, what people that come onto the podcast talk about, and it's just it formulates so perfectly, because when you put that energy out like that,
it's reciprocated.
Yes, and you can see the benefits, like how you were saying, like your aunt in Arizona, 50 years old, talking about like, let me get the 90s baby stuff. Like that's the stuff that I'm talking about, because I got people that listen to this podcast, for example, that are our age, like 22, 24, like trying to figure out what they're kind of do.
Exactly.
But I also got like 45, 50-year-old people that I've encountered that see the potential in me and what I'm doing right now. And they listen to it and they support it, because they know that the people of our generation are the ones that are going to keep moving things forward. And that's how the world is gonna grow.
It's gonna progress 1,000,000%. One thing that I feel like I start paying attention. They say like, as you get older, you get wiser and everything like that. I've always been an old soul, but like with my years came extra wisdom. So like, as I'm starting to network with older people, you know what I'm saying? I'm starting to venture in different like avenues of life where it's not so much as me just hanging out with my friends. I'm starting to depart from that mindset, and I'm hanging out with. I'm sitting down. I could talk to a homeless person and take something from that conversation, a substance like, how did they go homeless? Why did they go homeless? Shit, I ain't trying to go homeless. Let me talk to that nigga so I figure out how I'm not going homeless. You know what I'm saying? Like in the sense that you really gotta broaden your horizon. I feel like, and with everything, when I say appease everybody, it's that energy that like when you want other people to win too. They feel that, and they like, dang, let me help them out. Let me watch their podcast, because it is inspirational. You know what I'm saying? But like, you can always tell when somebody got a selfish demeanor about whatever they're doing to a certain extent.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely.
You and that's a negative energy you stay away from, and then all the positive energy you attract, because what you put out come back. So that's what, man. When I talk to you 5 seconds into talking to you, I said, dang, I'm about to rock with bro. I'm about to rock with him. Like, that's man, what I said, in 5 seconds. Like, I'm like, dang, first of all, it was just like too much that made sense not for it to happen. Like, when everything makes sense, I go with that gut feeling. I'm not about to contemplate and think about stuff for too long. And that's the same way other people feel like when they feel your good energy. So I just try to put that good energy out. Like, whatever I'm on, whatever I'm working on, I don't necessarily be... and that's another thing, like I say, with age, you get more wise. You got to tell people what you're working on. You got to tell people what's going on, because they just your testimony itself, they might hear that and be like, dang, I can do this, or I can do that. Because it was a lot of points in my life where I was like, man, I don't know what I'm gonna do. But see, when I didn't know what I was gonna do, I always knew I was gonna do something.
Yes.
I went to school first for economic finance, because I like numbers, I like money. I said, man, I'm going to school for economics. I tied the finance into it because I wanted to be somebody's CFO. But see, then like once I started studying the economics, I started saying, man, I don't want to be somebody's CFO. I want to be my own CEO.
Yes. That's the goal. You want to be your own CEO of your own thing and create a whole movement for yourself. Like, it's cool and all to be somebody else's like CEO for somebody else's company, but it feels better to have your own brand,
it's just a little more
vision, and to be able to display it like at such a high level to where people are attracted to you just because they know that what you're putting out is genuine and it's right, and you want to see other people succeed. And that's like how like companies like Amazon and like all those big companies, that's how they make it, is because they got one person that has a vision to impact a generation of people.
Exactly.
Put people in the right positions to be the best that they could be. And then at the same time, like, people think that they're like reaping the benefits or anything like that. Their benefit is the greater good of the people that they're hooking up. You know what I'm saying? Like the people that they're connecting with. So that's where I feel like there's a distinction to where when we merge this together, that's how I knew that this was going to be
work 1,000,000%.
How the vision was supposed to go for both of us and how everything just aligned to come together. And I appreciate that 100%. It's just like I knew as soon as you hit me up, and then when we talked on the phone yesterday, on FaceTime, I was like, yo, we on the same wavelength right now. Like, this wavelength is crazy. Like, I'm feeling this, like, too crazy right now. Like, there's no reason for us not to be doing anything right now because we're talking the same stuff. We listen to the same stuff. We're doing the same thing. We're working in an environment where we're trying to make something happen for ourselves at the same time. And it's just the way that it coincided together. It was like, oh man, this is rap.
1,000,000%. Well, it was like I knew it was genuine. I say that I vibe off genuine energy. So like, even if you don't rock with me, I can rock with you if you let me know that you're not messing with me. Like, I appreciate the realness in that. So like, well, I mean, obviously, like, I've been doing a lot of marketing, a lot of networking. And I've been amping it up to the utmost. One of the people, I study everybody. I told you I learned from a homeless person. But like, it's a lot of people that I like a lot of aspects of their stories. DJ Khaled.
Oh yeah,
is one of them. DJ Khaled was infamous in the music industry, and I say infamous for being just annoying.
Yeah,
just being annoying, like blowing everybody up. Khaled. Blowing everybody up. He was persistent. Best. If he needed an excerpt for his little tagline, if he needed, you know what I'm saying, a verse on this song, he was blowing people up, like, to the point of, like, he literally said this, like, he was like, people had to block my number, but I didn't care. Like, I was in their face all the time. So
it's aggressive marketing.
Like
an infomercial, like Sham Wild shit.
Man, bro. I said, man, I gotta do that. Like, when I heard that, I said, and then, but this was crazy though. Some people gonna think that it's annoying and whatever else. It's gonna be a lot of other people that's just gonna appreciate your hustle and support you off the strength of that.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I took DJ Khaled method, and then I tried to just apply a little bit into what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah. DJ Khaled, and it's a lot of other people I've been watching. You know, I watch videos, I listen to audio books, you know, not the cool thing, you know, not the read books, but yeah. So you know what I'm saying? I be listening all the time, listening to podcasts every night, check it out. Man.
Because I'm a firm believer in taking different perspectives and applying them into your life. Like, you got to take everything with a grain of salt. Like, there's certain things that you got to remove from conversations and learn from them from yourself. Like, there's people that you're going to encounter that could help develop what you're trying to do just by telling their story and just by talking about something that they're passionate about. You could really kind of try to find what you're passionate about at the same time. It's like one of those things where you could cut a conversation that you had with somebody at work. Like, they're talking about, like, man, they're having a rough day and stuff, and they're doing selling on eBay or something. They're flipping like desks, for example, and they're making profit off of it. But that's really what they're passionate about. They make their own desks and everything. But they're at work and they're talking about, like, man, like, the struggle is real and shit. And that's the thing where you take from that conversation, you're like, damn, like, you're working this job, working 60 hours a week, and at the same time you're still listing stuff on Facebook, eBay. And you are creating your own hustle for yourself because you love to do it. Like, you want to create your own type of hustle to elevate yourself.
You want to have generational wealth. I feel like it's a systematic play with all of society. Like, you get a job, you work for 30 years, you retire, and you live the American dream. But I can't do that, bro.
Man,
my back hurt right now, and I'm 26.
Yeah.
I can't do this till I'm 52, bro. I can't. So I know, and I never had aspirations of working. I'm not even gonna say working for somebody else. I'm just gonna say working. Like, when you do something that you love, you don't consider it work. Like, I sit around all day with my clothing line. I stare at a computer screen for hours. I do everything. So, like, it's a lot of time and a lot of energy to come into it. One thing, like I said, with age, you gain wisdom. One thing I'm learning, like, you need a team. You need a leadership foundation around you. Other people,
structure.
Definitely, like, people that keep your structure and help you keep with that template of success. So, like, I'm starting to learn that too. But, man, it be taking a lot of time and energy, and a lot of people not willing to do that. A lot of people willing to just go to work at whatever time and get off work at whatever time, and when they get off work, they can chill. You talking about 60 hours now? I put in 54. Just got over here earlier. So, like, I put in 54 hours there. I talked to my girl. I said, man, I put in 54 hours there. Imagine how many I did outside of there. Like, I'm probably slept like 4 hours a day for like the last, I don't know, for like the last week and a half or something. But, like, I don't even be tired, and that's what's crazy. Kevin Gates say, I don't get tired.
You don't get tired.
It's not because the nigga not sleepy. He's sleepy, okay?
Oh, yeah.
The thing is, he's tired too. But when you got a motivation, when you got a drive, when you really inspired to do something, and when you're doing what you're inspired to do, you don't even think time. Everything is timeless. Like, my days run together, bro. All my days are the same. I wake up, I go to work, I get off work, I work. I go to sleep, I wake up, I work. Like, that's all I do. But see, I feel like I'm willing to sacrifice my 4 p.m. to 12 midnight up until I'm 35. Because when I'm 55, I want to be on autopilot. Like, I want to be able to chill. Like, I want to, even if this not what's going to make me be able to do that, like, I'm going to figure it out. Because, like you said, you got to be willing to adapt. Like, I'm networking, I'm trying all my different streams. Like, so one of them streams going to lead to a ocean.
Yes.
And I'm going to have a yacht, and we all going to be on there.
You're going to look at the dock of the yacht, and you're going to be like, damn, like, I did all this to get to here. You know what I'm saying? So, like, everything adds up at some point. So it's all about, like, with the timing and things. Like, I met a guy that told me when I started this podcast, he was like how you were saying, there's 24 hours in a day. We feel like we need 30, right? Mm-hmm. So it's 24 or 7. Like, you could do it literally. You could break it down into a formula of how much time you got in a week, and you could literally delegate that time that you have, like, off of work into putting something into yourself, putting something into.
Let me pull up my calculator.
Personal life.
The number gonna be the same. Yes. What's that number? You know what that number is?
168.
That's how many hours it is in a week.
Yeah.
I did the math today.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean when I said we was thinking the same thing. You said we be thinking alike.
There.
You didn't know I was doing
bro,
that.
I didn't even know you.
That's how many hours it is in a week. Because I work so many hours this week. I said, man, how many hours I work for myself? I had to work about 65 hours for myself. So then I slept about 30 hours the whole week. That's how I know I slept. Like, on average 4 hours. Man, it's crazy, bro. But that lane we on, man, that's crazy. That's crazy.
So we was just talking about the 24-hour, how many hours you got in a week in seven days. And we came to the conclusion 168 hours in a week. And we were talking about, like, like, say you work 40 hours a week, right? You're at 128 hours in a week after that 40 hours. You got to sleep, right? So we try to calculate it a little bit. Like, all right, let's say you're doing like 5-6 hours a week. Like, we'll go with 5. So you're at 5 times 7, 35. So you do.
Now you're like 85, 90 hours. Just what you're gonna do now. Yeah.
So what you got time for, right? So you got priorities, whatever happens in the day-to-day. You got to eat. That's on schedule. So it's like you're losing a couple hours there.
I think it's simpler when you break it down into 24 hours. Because, like, we had to think broad. We had to think of the big picture because that's the type of people we are.
Yes,
but it's always simpler to just break it the smallest numbers possible. So, like, least common denominator, they say. You know what I'm saying? So, like, when you break it down to 24 hours, it's like, all right, 24 hours, like you say, sleep 5, 6. Now you're looking at 19, 18 hours to do whatever. So you got 18 hours to do whatever. About 2 hours you driving to work, driving to wherever you're doing. So now you got 16 hours. Then you got to, let's say, eat for 1 hour. Now you got 15 hours. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Like, this shit trickling down. With your 15 hours, you still got to do shit. Family. You might interact with friends. You might do some shit right after work. Like,
go see a movie or something.
Yeah, like, it's a lot of stuff people do in their life. Like, you actually have a life. But, like, most people sleep more than 5. I mean, most people might sleep 8 hours. Like, if I could, I would sleep all day if I could.
I would do it every single day.
I think that's why a lot of people like my all hustle no sleep design, because it don't matter what your hustle is. You know what I'm saying? If you're a garbage truck driver, or if you a maid, or if you it don't matter what you do. Like, whatever your job is, whatever your profession is, that's your hustle, because you dedicate your life to that. And this, it don't matter what you do. I promise you, you feel like you doing that more than you at home, or more than you with your family. Like, I see the people that I work with more than I see my family. You know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely.
I be feeling bad for I tell people all the time, I got my own house. I tell people I got a glorified dog mansion, because I got a doggy house, basically. You know what I'm saying? They live there. I just come sleep every now and then. You feel me?
Yes.
But it be like that when you aspire to do things, you know, like I say, you sacrifice stuff. And right now, sleep. Like I was saying before, sometimes it'd be a meal, be hungry, and ride past 5 restaurants. It's like, man, I gotta go do this right now, or I gotta go hurry up and do this. Mm-hmm. Like, man, with age-wise, it's a reoccurring theme with the show. Like, but you gotta take time out for yourself, make sure you straight. So, like you say, so you can have that energy to keep going.
Yeah,
keep doing. So that's what
you gotta keep going, keep pushing. Like, for me, like I was telling you off camera, like, we just took a break. Like, I like to go hands on. I like to go until I burn myself out, and I like to chill. You know what I'm saying? So then that's when I realized, like, those are the hours that I need to capitalize on.
Yeah.
Those hours where I want to chill and stuff. Like, those hours where I'm,
like we said, it's about 8 of them. So when your 8 is scrolling, when your 8 hours, what you doing in your free time? Yep. Like you said, a movie that take out 2.5 hours. Now you got 4.5, 5 hours to do what?
Yep.
Like, literally, like, you only have a couple hours a day to really, like, set yourself up for something. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can chill now, but I'm trying to chill later. Yeah. I'm trying to chill when I'm 50 and 60. I'm trying to literally have my feet up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to, I think one of the sweetest cars right now for everybody is like a Challenger, like a Charger. You know, SRT8. Let me get a Hellcat. Like, yeah, they cool. They go fast. But, man, I'm thinking like a bigger scale of life. Like, I want to have like I want to be giving away Chargers and Challengers. Like, here, little brother, nigga, happy 16. You know what I'm saying? Happy 16. Like, I made songs. I did a lot of stuff that you just got to be like very meticulous and particular about. Like, in one of my songs, I said, when my brother turned 16, I'm gonna give him a bankroll and a set of keys, because when I was 16, I didn't get nothing. But that's real. Like, I'm trying to set myself up for generational wealth. Like, I want to be able to leave behind a legacy. You know what I'm saying? That's what life about. When you when you get older and start really like realizing what is life about. Like, you want to leave behind a legacy. You don't want to say, I done lived all these years going to work and being comfortable and chilling for 8 hours a day, but it's like, damn, I ain't got really nothing to show for. I got this house, or I got this car, or I got whatever.
I might have a boat, but
but what, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to.
What about the people around me?
I'm trying to put other people in positions that have their own boats. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to have a family of boats. Like, everybody, like, bring your boat out to the thing. Not just, oh yeah, I got a boat and be comfortable. Yeah,
everybody get on this boat.
Yeah, like,
I want everybody else to have
their own boat. Like, let's race boats or something. Let's do something crazy like that. Like. Yeah, I'm trying to see the people around me succeed in that fashion.
Absolutely. That's like that's the long-term goal that we like set out, is like, when we're doing things like this, it ain't about us having a boat or a house or whatever. It's about all the people around us that are having a house and a boat, and they are living their best lives as well. It's not just one person living the best life. We want everybody around us for the next 100%. generation and so on. It's all about keeping the generations to a not to a standard, but to a certain degree, to where they know that if they get this and they work towards what they want to do, they could do everything that they aspire to be and inspire the rest of the generations. And that's what it's all about. Like, I've been really like thinking about one thing that I really learned is through kind of like playing around on my phone. Like, you can make money on your phone all day, man. Just so you know. But
that's the biggest money maker right now.
But I'm gonna say something real quick. Like, I don't know if it's out of pocket, but this is my podcast, and I got Torrey with me, so we talking shit. But you could really invest in stocks. Like, I got a RobinHood account.
I got RobinHood too. Let's talk about it.
So you could talk about, like, what we're talking about here is you could really start investing in these companies and things like that to really create something for not only your future but the people around you too. So if you find the right company that you believe in, you got to invest in that, and you can see the growth of the company daily.
Let me ask you this. How many bad investments you done made on Robinhood?
I made a couple. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm gonna come forward. Like, to be honest with you, the automotive company to me
was shitty.
Is dead.
Yeah, was shitty.
It's dead. Like, I got a stock in Ford right now.
Tesla going
don't move.
Hey, but
Tesla go
crazy. But you know how much Tesla costs a share?
Bro, it's like $800
Yeah,
now.
just for one.
I was like, oh shit. But I'm not gonna lie. You want me to tell you exactly what I'm investing in? I'm gonna tell all my listeners too.
I'll tell you all too.
I got 3 that I'm really banking on right now. And that's like with slim pickings money. Like, I ain't putting in hundreds into these stocks, right?
A million percent.
I got Fitbit.
Yep.
Because Fitbit just got bought out by Google.
What's Fitbit sharing out right now?
They're at like $8 a share.
All right, now let me tell you this. Let me show you this, and you can tell the world. I'm gonna show you. I just asked you, how many bad deals have you made on there?
I made a few, man.
I'm about to show you, my dog. Just look at this. I got the RobinHood.
We about to pull this shit up. We about to put facts to it.
I'll be on this shit. Keep talking. I got to log in. I'm gonna show you in a second.
So Fitbit, I think Fitbit is going to be something that's going to be huge. I think everybody should invest in Fitbit because Google bought them out, and they're going to use that to track data for people's health and things like that, send alerts and stuff like that. So I think that Fitbit is a good long-term investment. So at the share price that it's at right now, that's the one that you got to go into. Also at the same time, like piggybacking on everything that we talked about previously, I think that medical marijuana is huge. Mm-hmm. It's always been big, but since it went public, there's a couple different companies on there.
I was about to say, it's a couple of them. Which one you messing with?
Crazy. So I got Canopy Growth.
Okay.
I'll tell you exactly why I fuck with Canopy Growth. I'm gonna say that just like that. Canopy Growth is huge on their marketing for medical marijuana. They have a lot of deals with people like Snoop Dogg, Drake, Seth Rogen, Martha Stewart. Those are going to be the people that are going to put it in the eyes of the people.
100% have everybody see it.
And that's the one that I've seen has been going up and down with what they're changing and stuff. But I know that that's going to be the one that's going to be stable throughout, and it's going to keep going up as soon as they get through all the stuff. Yeah, because it's based in Canada.
All of them are, crazy. You know that? All of the trading, all of the medical marijuana trading stocks are Canadian-based companies right now. Yeah, and
they were going through like some law disputes or whatever, like with everything, with it going public. But I think Canopy Growth is huge. I got this one called, it's a real small one that I was just kind of watching, ACB.
ACB. I had that. I invested in them too. Look, man,
it's literally not even $2 a share right now.
I'm about to show you, bro. You about to be sick. I'm about to show you. I'm literally gonna show you my trades on there, and just so everybody could get an idea. When I say I asked them how many bad trades have you had, because I've had a couple bad ones, but I've also invested in a couple good companies, and like. I think everything in life is a constant battle up and down. Man, Wendy's though.
Wendy's is huge.
Go fuck with Wendy's.
Wendy's is
Ever
huge.
Since Wendy's did that 4 for 4 thing, I was like, oh yeah, this is where it's at. Look at all these. I just typed in RobinHood my email. I can't pull it up, but look at all these Your orders.
Oh yeah, they go crazy.
But what's so crazy is, man, I gotta log in so I can show you. I don't even know what my thing is on here. But they got a I had the Aurora on there. It's AU.
Yep. Yeah. ACB. Yep. That's the one I got. Aurora Cannabis.
Man, I've invested in them at like $2.11 a share, $2.80 a share, like early. Wendy's, I got in. It was like 17, like high 17s, right?
That's one that's about to break. And
then I sold them. I was like very interested in. You want to talk about money? I haven't gotten stocks. I worked the R-Van and not doing sales. I worked the R-Van doing some labor work, like carrying mattresses on my neck, like really doing some like hard
I remember
work.
That actually.
Yeah, I worked the R-Van
because I was at Champs when you were at R-Van.
Yeah, because I used to come in that joint. Yep. Yeah, I worked there for a minute, but like I worked there. The sales guy, he was a manager, and he told me, I told you I talk to everybody, so I'm working in the back, like nigga, I'm a peanut in the company, but I'm talking to like the sales managers like this. Keep people clearing 6 figures a month. Like, hey man, what y'all doing? Blah blah blah. And so the guy, like his neighbor, he live in Grosse Pointe. You know what I'm saying? A prominent area. You know, Grosse Pointe, Michigan, very very prominent area. Money. He was like his neighbor, the guy who lives across the street from him, didn't work. He didn't have a job. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, well, what do you do? What is your profession? Mm-hmm. A job is some shit you got to wake up every day and go do. A profession is something that you make money off of. You live on that. That's your livelihood.
And you master the craft.
So this guy, he traded stocks. And he even found that out. He just ran with this guy every day. So it's like genuine like bonds you develop with people. Genuine friendships that you have with somebody, and that leads to other things. So this guy's genuine bond of just taking a jog every morning led to him saying, well, what do you do? And then that opened up, man, he's a sales guy he's living comfortable. You know what I'm saying? They live right next door to each other. They live in the same. But like what this guy was doing versus what that guy was doing was completely different.
Drastic.
He waking up every day, got to deal with all these different people, and you know, like when you're the manager, people just come to you with problems, you know what I'm saying? So it's like he got to deal with all this crazy stuff. And my man, so he dealing with problems, but he chilling back on his feet looking at 3 computer screens. Like his problems is like, shit, I should have made a click right now. I could have made 6 cents, or I could have made whatever. But he trading 100 shares or 500 shares at 6 cents a share. Like he's making bands. Like you know what I'm saying? Off a click.
Yep.
Off a click.
Exactly. One motion.
Man, I was like, I gotta get into that. And what's crazy is for everybody who's watching this or listening to this, Robinhood, obviously you have to invest your own money, but like he said, it's a lot of shares that you can buy for $3, $2. Mm-hmm. Fitbit, I'm about to show you, bro. I lost so much money on Fitbit.
Me too.
I lost so much money on Fitbit. Like, I'm glad to hear it's coming back, but like, fuck. I should have hung on to that shit. Yep. Bro, I seen Fitbit trading at like $3 and $3.50, bro. $3.22. It was probably at like $3.50. I bought 13 shares just because like not a lot of money, but it's like if I held on to that shit and then it go up to somebody, I own 13 shares of their company. Like who knows what that could be? But I was like, fuck, it's going down. It went all the way down to like 293 or like something crazy. I sold them all. Like I don't want to lose no more money. Yep. And now you say it's coming back. Like that's
crazy.
In life, you got to be persistent. You got to be patient. Like patience is a virtue. That's what they told you all your life. Oh, that's real life.
That's what they teach in.
That's real life,
that's what your parents told you. You got to be patient. And that's what the whole entire stock market is.
You got to be patient.
It's all patience. Like you got to know when to buy, know when to sell, know when to hold. It's like %. And the thing I like about Robinhood is it helps you know when to buy and when to hold.
Yeah, it'll tell you like what most people are doing at the moment.
Yep. It'll hold you. It'll give you the alerts on what you got. Like like this stock is up 5% or this stock is down 5%. Like it lets you know like the trend of where your placement is going, and then you go and look, and then there's like an article like the CEO.
And now that's what I like about it.
Hey, I was like, hold up. Man, let me see.
Man, it's something. It's my mind works so crazy, man. I feel like I can conform to whoever I'm talking to, but like I'm so knowledgeable on everything that I'll have that person engaged. Like fuck yeah, like I'll be talking like, dude, did you see the It's a Chinese company. I can't think of the name off the top of my head right now. It'll come to me in a second. But it's basically like the Chinese version of Starbucks.
Okay.
Did you see that? Did you read about that?
Yes.
I can't think of the name right now. I'm so mad. It's a Chinese company. It's supposed to be I want to say like, all right, it's not. It's something with an L or something like that. It's a blue symbol. Something with an L, I know.
Yeah.
And their shares are very small. Like if they came out, they're just about to hit the market. But like, if you think about how well Starbucks is, okay,
and how they started too.
And I think about how many people it is in China.
Mm-hmm.
In this place, their marketing strategy, because that's another big thing that I'm learning about with my business. Like, marketing is 85% of everything.
Make and break you.
Everything. Their marketing strategy that make themselves separate and different. They already in China popping, and they're about to come to America. Now, when they come to America, like, nigga, they telling, they warning us, like in them articles and stuff. A lot of people don't read. A lot of people our age especially, they don't read. Yeah. I read a lot.
And they don't know how to dissect. They may read, but they don't know how to dissect
they looking
information.
Because they so used to, like you said, scrolling and looking at the headlines, and they're not looking at the article.
They're not looking at exactly what's being said.
Man, but this company, like I said, it's a coffee company, but instead of it being like a Starbucks that you just drive and go to, they are in all like hospitals and like businesses, like office buildings.
See, that's huge.
How many office buildings are there? You don't have to leave and go anywhere. Like, they're downstairs, and they bring, and if they're not in there, then they offer you. It's a lot of things that I had my mind on. I was never ever thinking about just one thing. I feel like I always wanted to do stuff. But with the guy who lived across the street, his greatest advice that I took from that conversation of talking to a sales manager was paper trading. So if you want to trade stocks, RobinHood, you got to use your own money. If you want to, did you know this? That you could practice.
I'm listening.
You can practice doing stock trading. It's called paper trading. Go on Google, type in paper trading, and it'll let you basically like practice. Without trading the actual currency, you don't put no credit card number in. You don't do any of that. You just, it's like examples. You just act like it. You say, I want to buy 2 shares of this or whatever, and it'll just show you like, oh, you would have bought it at this price, and then it'll show you the market, the lines, and you get to watch the graphs. And then if you sell it or whatever else, it'll be like, oh, you would have lost this much money. You would have won this much money. Like, it literally lets you practice trading stocks,
and it gives you an estimate of what
you would have did if it would actually exactly. So, my greatest advice to anybody is go get RobinHood. I didn't even practice first, but that was just the greatest advice that I got. Cause I was, like you said, I just wanted to start at $10. Who cares about $10? I got my portfolio up to $80. Okay, and off the $80, my portfolio grew to $123. I said, dude, I just made $50 off not doing anything.
Exactly, just watching it grow. Just knowing the right things.
Then I lost like $29 with Fitbit. Got off the Fitbit bandwagon. I started investing in Wendy's. And Wendy's costs a lot. It's like $18 a share. But I bought at Wendy's when it was $17.53 a share. Now it's like $19. So some days it's $20. Some days, you know how it goes. But like, man, I'm always looking. That's why I said, well, what you invest in? Some people don't share their investments, but it's stocks out here for everybody.
We about to just tell them the real.
It's money exactly. It's money out here for all of them. If you got the money, go buy them stocks, man. Go buy them stocks and go buy some Forever Humble, Forever Wealthy clothing. And you're gonna win.
Absolutely. That's what it's all about, man. We just want to motivate the people out there and just try to make sure that people are doing what's best for themselves.
Ideas to generate prosperity, because that's what it's all about. Oh, you didn't even gotta have $1 million. You just gotta live prosperous.
And the thing about that is that that's long term. You know, a lot of people like to look at the short term of everything. They want to see what they could gain right now.
Different things in your life set you up to think long term. Like my girl made me start thinking long term. I was thinking in the present moment, forever and always, and then once I started being in my heart every day, it's like, damn, what I'm gonna be doing in 10 years? What I'm gonna be doing in 15 years? What we gonna be doing in 20 years?
Exactly.
That's how we got there.
Bro, like, having a girl in your life is a game changer. Like, for a man to have success, it's like if you got a girl in your corner that's supporting you 100% and like giving you the support that you need to continue what you're doing, it's bar none one of the best things that you could have as a man, because you can't do everything by yourself.
You can't.
Like, that's the code. Team. Like, whether it be networking, like the people that you like mess with throughout your life, but like, to me, like, what I've seen a lot of growth in is having somebody that's gonna be my rock and like
your corner
support,
all the
and
time.
That's telling me stuff that I don't even know about myself.
When you lose in the fight, they like, nah, man, you got this. Yeah. Everybody else like, oh my God, he getting his ass whooped. But like, she like,
no, you got this. Like, you good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, be you good. Mm-hmm. Man, I feel like, I tell you, we being real. It's your podcast. We being real.
We can be as real as we want. Man, we've been being real this whole time.
I'm 26, right? I haven't spoke to my dad ever in my life, my whole life, until 3 weeks ago.
Damn.
Because of my girl. Because of my girl. You feel me? I done met a million people in my life. It's a million people that's pivotal to the foundation of me being me. Mm-hmm. And they never, like, even talked about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, like, a girl talked to me about conversations that was, like, unrelatable that I could talk to about my grandma or, like, with my mom. Or, like, no, it's like she connected to me with on a sense that's, like, so deep that I didn't even have a problem with the fact that I never talked to this guy. Mm-hmm. But when I talk to her, it's like, oh my gosh, she like opened up her eyes, like you say, she makes you think about different things. It's like with the Jetpack Express delivery service, bro, I was selling weed since high school. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is something that I was doing. I naturally been a seller. Like, I always knew how to sell things.
You always hustle.
I always been ever since forever, bro. Like, I always get that. So, like, that shit was easy to me. She was like, you could be bigger. Like, you can do bigger things. Like, I think most of my conversations with my lady be on constructive, like, we only have constructive conversations, but it's like, what do you need to do? Like, she be like, she criticize me all the time, like, you fucking up. You know what I'm saying?
This is where you messed up.
You need the people in your life.
This is where you need to change your attitude.
Everybody, you don't even listen to everybody. Mm-hmm. Like, when she tell you shit, I know it's thick. You be like, dang, she right. Yep. I might not tell her she right all the time, but you be right. I be like, dang, man, I gotta do that. Now. Real start, man.
She be right.
and like 10, I could give 10 different aspects that she be like, man, my license expired. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, it's no big deal. She like, no, man, go. It take 5 seconds. Just go to the secretary. Like, it's simple things to the extreme sensitive things. Like, from every aspect, she derailed my focus onto a better path than whatever I was on. Yes. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what it is? You know what gets you onto that better path? And I'm going to be honest with you. It's that emotional support.
Hell yeah, you know something
like 100%. Like, because for me, like, as a man by yourself, like, all you're thinking about is, damn, how am I gonna get this done? How am I gonna do this? What's gonna happen after this? Your girl will be able to take you back to reality, man, and be present in what you're doing.
You know, I think it is. I think they set you up for that. Yeah, they set you up for like for real life. Because when you just by yourself and stuff, you think about right now, and that's not really real life. Yes. Real life is thinking about the future. You know what I'm saying? Thinking about setting yourself up for something. So when I was just doing me, and I was having fun for sure.
Yes.
So when I started being with her every day, I started thinking like, hey, well, how is my fun going to evolve with life? Because when I'm 40, I'm not going to be doing the same things that I'm doing today. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Not. So because of her, I started like changing stuff that was in my present life or my present actions, whatever it was my regular course of the day. It changed. You know, I was like, I'm trying to like now. Like, I tell her all the time, like, bro, I'm going hard for you. You know what I'm saying? She be like, We're like, no. Yeah. And 30 years later down the road, I'd be like, when we kicking it, you know what I'm saying? And I'd be like, baby, you drive. And then she be like, nah, call the driver. I don't feel like that. You know what I'm saying? Stuff, we gonna have the moments, but we gonna have the moments of reflection where it's like, yeah, she was with me when I didn't have nothing. She was with me when I was striving. She stayed with me when I was working so hard that I didn't have as much time to spend.
Yep.
And then
it was still holding me down. You know what I'm saying?
The whole and that's time. What it be, that emotional support. Because it ain't easy. But
it's never going to be
necessary.
Easy. And the thing is, too, like, you got to know when it's the right one. Like, I know you know that. I know that. The right person is going to help you
be a better you.
Be a better you. And at the same time, make that past you better.
Oh man, she didn't change.
So like, not to say that she's helping the trauma of your past life.
Yeah.
But at that same concept, she's helping you realize where you might have messed up at a certain point in your life.
100%.
And you're able to capitalize on that.
Yeah, because a lot of people tell you where you're wrong, and they don't help you get better.
Yes. and when you're communicating with your girl and she talks about this stuff and you talk about this stuff with her, she knows when to let you know about
100%.
that. And you think about it afterwards, and you're like, hold up. This shit done happened to me like a couple years ago.
Man.
Before like we was like this. And this could really help me do this for the long term.
Yep.
And then when you get into those real conversations where you're thinking about the future and everything, it's like, damn, you know, right? You know what? We could really do this.
We could do this. You know,
I could do this.
Man, we being real. Look, what started a conversation with my girl or some real shit, and like, dang, she can really help me be a better me. And like, I need her to be a better me. I said, man, it was about that. And I said, dog, I started my Jetpack Express started gaining traction, and a lot of people started messing with me. I started selling the clothing. People started sending me pictures back with their clothes on. Like, it was sweet. It was real dope. I'm like, damn. I'm like, man, I'm gonna be great. You know, I'm on Facebook, man. I'm getting all these shares and people saying like, that's what's up. Keep it up. Like, I fuck with it. All this other stuff. And I'm like, dude, it's a guy out here that's my dad, and this nigga don't even know he got a son that's about to be great.
Yes.
And I was like,
doing all of this,
harping that emotion to her, like, dog, I'm gonna be great. Like, like I told her, I'm like, man, put aside all your feelings for me, and just off the strength of just knowing me, like anybody that knew me, I'm like, do you feel like I'm gonna be great? And she looked at me and like, nigga, she couldn't help but be like, yes. Like, she couldn't help but say yes. But that's the kind of effect that you gotta have on everybody in your life. Like, I bump into random people and they just know it's something different. You know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely.
When you link up with other people that's like that energy, like, that's why I said when we start linking up and get that energy, ooh, like, damn, we could do some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, because everybody don't give off that same energy, but when you give off that energy, that shit come back.
And it comes right back to you.
Man.
Right in your lap.
She gave me foundation to have that energy. Like, nigga, I'm going to be great. You feel me? She helped me be great. You can't be great on your own. Yeah. Yep. She give it to me.
Like, that confidence just comes with, like, having somebody that you know is always going to be in your corner.
Got to.
Like, regardless, like, positive or negative, you know what you could take from those conversations and interactions with the girl that you love. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know that, regardless of whatever this argument is going on or whatever you guys disagree on, that once you overcome that, you're going to realize the real lesson in it. And you could apply that towards what you're trying to do.
You need that too.
For the remainder.
The older I get, the more I start to judge my relationships with people different. As I get older, I look at the relationship with somebody and base it off of how many uncomfortable conversations we've had. You know what I'm saying? If we haven't had no uncomfortable conversations, then shit, our friendship is just at a layer of this right here. But like, once you start having uncomfortable conversations and overcome them, like you said, once you got such a thick relationship or such a thick bond with somebody, can't nothing break that. Because you got in your back mind, like, I done been through this, we done been through this, we done been through that, we done been through this, we talked about that, we talked about this, we talked about that, and that shit didn't break you. So like, now it becomes to a point, you're gonna get to a point where like nothing's gonna break you. But when you come across them people in life where it's like everybody get mad, everybody has a moment where they just not taking no more. But like, you're gonna meet a person where it's gonna be worth it to take a little bit of more shit that you would take from somebody else. And when you find that one person, just hang on. You can ride it out,
grow together. Because it's like, at the end of the day, like, for me, like, I'm a firm believer. I know you are too. At this point, like, ride or die. Like,
man, you got.
It's like, you're either gonna come with me for this journey, and we're gonna do this together, we're gonna do this shit for not only me, but for you, for everybody else.
Generation,
and it's just
generational wealth.
It just goes forward at that point. Like, you're not gonna back out from something that's gonna, at the time, scare you, like an argument, like something that you may feel guilty about. Like, you know that you guys are gonna work through that, because that point that we were talking about, like that relationship, that threshold is so much higher than what any other relationship is, because you know that you're gonna go back to that foundation at the same time.
1,000,000%. That's the only thing I feel like. In every aspect of life, you always land on that foundation. Whatever foundation you done built, you gonna face adversity.
Oh, 100%. That's inevitable.
That's only life certain right there. You gonna face adversity, but it's like, when you facing adversity, you got your foundation to fall back on. But like some people's foundation not strong. That's why they fall and crumble. But when I fall, I got a little cushion. I'm falling on the mattress. So it's like, I'm falling on that mattress. Hopefully my girl on that bad boy. So we can,
exactly.
You feel me? But like, yeah, man, you gotta have something to build yourself on. So that when you facing certain times and it don't seem like, hey, I don't seem too great right now. And she like, no, you gonna be great.
Exactly.
It's a lot of people. That's why they say keep your circle small, because everybody not gonna be able to tell you that. You know what I'm saying? So like when you say you gotta have people ride for you no matter what, your girl, and even if you don't got a girl, you gotta find it in somebody else. Like shit, it might be your best friend, it might be your mom, it might be your, you know what I'm saying? Like shit, it could be somebody else. But I definitely fortunate enough to have and the reason why I say fortunate enough that my girl was that person for me is because we can grow old together. Like you said, you can grow together. Like shit, when I'm 70, nigga, she gonna be 69. So when I'm 99, she gonna be 98. Like we can do this shit together. We can really grow for 100 years type of shit. Versus anybody else in just life, they gonna go before I go. I'm gonna go before they go. Whatever else. I aspire to be with her till I'm 100, and that's how I knew. Damn, this the person I'm rocking with.
Exactly.
Because I was thinking about till I'm 100.
And that's the person that you want to see, not necessarily at the end of the finish line with you, but just somebody right by your side.
All the time.
All the time. Like, not on some, I'm here for you there.
Yeah.
I'm here for you there.
Yeah.
We talking about every single time right there next to you, ready to go through it with you, and just being that person that you could fall back on. And not like in a dependency way, but just like somebody that you know is always going to be there when you slip up and when you're on the come up.
I feel like it's okay to be dependent on somebody. That's another thing. I feel like a lot of people, I feel like pride getting in the way. A lot of men, a lot of people. Yes. I feel like it's okay to be dependent on somebody. It just depends on what the dependency is. Mm-hmm. Like your dependency to live, your livelihood shouldn't be dependent on another person. You should pay your own bills. You should work for what you got. That I believe in. But at the same time, I tell my girl I need her. Like I have nothing in me that feels bad about telling her, hey, I need you. Yep. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell her I feel know.
I feel so proud saying that.
I feel really good to say, hey, I need you. And it's the truth, because I'm going to live, nigga. I'm still going to breathe, eat, and sleep without her. Mm-hmm. But I'm motivated to do things that I normally wouldn't be doing without that. Without that in my life, I wouldn't have the same structure. I wouldn't have the same drive and energy to really push myself. I'm pushing myself. I'm not doing nothing because she's saying, Torrey, go do this and go do that. But it's like the feeling, the aura that you get, that energy, that vibe. It's like, damn, I want to do this because of that. Nigga, I come home from work, I be sweeping the floor and shit. I be cleaning dishes and shit. What do I do? Because when she come home, I want her to be like, oh my God, it's just so clean. You know, like when you start doing stuff like that, you like, oh man, that's making you a better person. Yep. That's making you a better person. When people make you better people, you keep them around. That's just really what it is. That's like pivotal to life. You can't. A lot of people be like, I don't need them. No, fuck that.
That's not the way to live.
I need you. People. I need you. You know what I'm saying? I tell people all the time. That's why networking is life, because everybody need everybody, and everybody connect with everybody. It's about what you doing and how can you service the next person.
Yep. And how could you help somebody else elevate their game at the same time, helping each other out to where they hit a point where they're positive about their individual goals. And just something like that is just it makes me so like my heart right now
it spooks like so damn, like you want to go do some shit. Like how can I fucking be productive? It don't matter what time it is. Like let's go do something.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just like that energy is just different.
That's how it is.
When you got those people that are willing to do that.
I suggest everybody to tap into your inner self, find that energy, and when you do, put as much of it out as you can, because I promise you it's going to be reciprocated. Like, I promise.
Absolutely. And even when the goings get tough, you know, like within you could overcome that, and it's going to make you stronger at the end of the day. And that's what I feel like having a girl in your life helps you to recognize. Is like, you know, like you go through some shit, but like I know you and I know you could get through this.
Off bill, that's like shit. I wish she was here with me now. She about to be on my head because nigga dead back the dark. She like, nigga, it's nighttime and you ain't here, so what's up? So you know how that shit go. But yeah, man, I feel like I feel extra grateful to, you know what I'm saying, be blessed with your presence, be blessed on the podcast, you know what I'm saying? Big absolutely. Thanks for having me on here, you feel me?
Anytime, man. We could do this anytime, bro.
I might be back with another business. I might be back with this business on another level times 10.
You know what time it is.
I'm a mogul, and we gonna make something happen for sure. So
absolutely. Stay
tuned, everybody. Go drop them emails of FHFWclothingcompany.com.
Yep. FHFW.com. Forever humble, forever wealthy. All that we want to do is make the next generation stronger. We just want to motivate people to do what they want to do and become their best selves. And that's why Torrey and I got on this podcast and want to talk about everything and kind of just get you into the lens of the mindset and just how you can make something happen out of something that you may think is so small, but it could be bigger than what you ever imagined. And that's what I wanted to do. And I appreciate you coming on here and coming in here and checking me out and having the first episode of the YouTube, which I'm so grateful for because I've been wanting to do this shit for a minute, bro.
Man, everything happened the way it's supposed, man. When everything feel right, go with your gut, man. That's absolutely that's Jesus tapping you on the shoulder. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And like on a side note, real quick before we close, I read this book that I'm really passionate about. It's called Instinct by T.D. Jakes, and he talks exactly about that. Like when you know in your gut that it's the right thing to do, like that's what you got to do. That's God talking to you. And no matter what happens throughout that whole entire process when you're doing what you're doing,
100%.
That's what's meant to happen for you in that entire moment. And it helps you to become present and just realize like whatever decision that you're making is the right one in that particular moment. So
he'll give you signs along the way. It's going to be Job was tested heavily.
Oh, man.
Job, in the Bible, if you're familiar with Job, I've read a lot of books in the Bible. Even if you didn't believe in the Bible, I think it's a good read. You should read it and just learn stories. I mean, but in Job, he had everything in life. He had his wife, he had a fortune, he had all this, but then he lost it all. And amongst the having everything, I'm sure he thought that's what he was supposed to be doing. When he lost everything was tested. His faith, everything was tested. Mm-hmm. And just because he remained knowing who he was at heart, you know what I'm saying? Because it don't matter what you got. It's not on you. It got to be in you. And when you remain you and you remain humble, if you forever humble, you destined to be forever wealthy.
Absolutely.
That's why I branded that. Because it's really a way of life. It's not just a brand. So I feel like I live by that. That's the energy I put out into this world.
It's a mantra. It's something that can be applied to everybody's daily life.
Everybody and everything.
It don't matter who it is. You could be 30 years in the automotive industry, blue collar.
Be like
forever humble.
Be like this guy. Be like this guy, and you're gonna be straight. I promise. I promise.
I appreciate you coming on, bro.
Anytime, my God. Anytime, my God.
Man,
anytime.
I'll be back. Love, bro.
I'll be back.
Absolutely. FHFWclothingco.com. We putting the foot on the neck this year.
Hey,
you know what time it is. I'm gonna put the bubble coat on for
We're gonna do it just like that.
That's how we got. I gotta stop working out.
That nigga be in this bitch flexing. I gotta start working out. That's what it is.